So today's thought for the day in the Psychology of Change series here is actually about the way we change. There's a great deal of focus these days on what we want to change in our lives, but not so much on the way that we change. If we wish to be successful in understanding ourselves, we need to understand just how human beings make changes. And the best way to understand that, perhaps, is to look at just why we don't make change. If we understand how come change doesn't work, then we will begin to be quite expert in the ways that change really does work. The first idea I want to introduce to you is that human beings are immensely complex. And a one-size-fits-all approach to change is really not going to work for more than a small minority of human beings. Unfortunately, very often in the world of change and personal growth, what we get is some very enthusiastic teachers who have found one thing that works for them, and then they make a program out of it, and then they try and get everyone onto that program as if that one thing that worked for them will actually work for everyone else. Well, that dog simply doesn't bark. What we know from 200 years of psychotherapy is that different folks need different ways to help them make change. So if you've tried different ways to make change and they haven't worked, it's nothing to do with you. It's just that the model that you were taught or shown wasn't suitable for your particular makeup. It's a bit like going on a journey, but only having a fragment of a map. In other words, what we need to be effective in our lives and to shift where we need to shift and to make the adjustments that we need to make in order to get what we want in our lives, what we really need, above all else, is the whole map. Working off a tiny fragment of a map that worked for one or two people is really not going to be a very successful strategy. What we need is a map that shows us the whole picture of just how human beings change. The great thing about this is that over the last 200 years, there have been libraries of books and models presented by well-trained psychotherapists and well-qualified, very well-researched into the different ways that human beings change. And this series of thoughts for the day are going to share with you different ways. Some will work better for some people, some will work better for others. So keep listening, and let's start with the idea that understanding the full map and being able to travel our route through the right way of roads that suits our journey and the way we like to travel, that's the key for effective change. Speak to you soon.